I'm Mateo Kries. I'm one of the two directors of the Vitra Design Museum, which is a museum very close nearby to the fair here. But I think it's very important that such a fair has been built up, because still there's no comparable platform for contemporary design to be sold and also to be developed, because I think that Design Miami has not only become a very important commercial platform, but also an inspiration for many designers to experiment with new technologies, with new materials, with new aesthetics. And I think that's maybe the even more important role of such a platform, that the contemporary design scene gets higher public visibility, that it gets closer to the public discourse, and also that it gets closer to the world of arts, which is the case because the Design Miami happens parallel to a huge art fair. So I think it's a very interesting concept still to interweave these two worlds, not only in different pieces, where you see that a designer has been inspired in arts or vice versa, but also that the public that goes to one event also sees the other one. I'm happy that there are some new galleries like Ulrich Fiedler, who is a very renowned gallery for Bauhaus and classical modernist design. I think it's a big enrichment for the fair that such a gallery is here. Then I think there are also some interesting new pieces, like the installation that Fredriksson and Stella did for Swarovski. I think it's an interesting blend of some inspirations from fine arts, from people like Olafur Eliasson or Anish Kapoor, with some very contemporary design issues. There's also some beautiful, more traditional pieces that I've seen, like in the Gallery Perrin. There's, right at the entrance, is a beautiful folding chair made of metal from the Napoleonian times, so it's from around 1800. But it looks like a Paul Kierholm piece from the 1960s. So it's really incredible to see how really long before started with what we would call modernism, there were some principles like the idea of reduction, or like to create lightness, or to create flexibility in furniture. And we see that these principles are somehow timeless, and that they just got a stronger visibility in the 20th century, but there are some forerunners in the 19th century that I think still need to be discovered. And then there's another piece which I have already seen, I think, on one or two events before Design Miami, which is by Dutch designers called Gordijn and Nauta. It's a beautiful chandelier called the Fragile Future Chandelier, which is a kind of metal grid, where the different structures of the grids are filled with flower seeds that would normally blow through the air, and every flower seed inside bears an LED lighting item. So you have a beautiful mix of high-tech, new lighting technologies, a natural object, and that creates a lot of different layers of meanings through the whole object. It has this reflection on sustainability, on fragility, on high-tech, and I'm very interested this year in the question of lighting, because we are preparing an exhibition about light for the next years in our museum. So these new objects are especially of interest to me this year.